Hello and welcome. Talking about the benefits of trademarking. So if you would like to know more information about why you should trademark, the benefits of trademarking, how trademarking can help advance and put more coin in your pocket, then please keep watching. I have about maybe 8 to 10 benefits I want to talk about in this live. I have them written down here on the side, and then we're just gonna go ahead and keep this thing moving, right? So first things first, let's talk about it. Let's break it down real simple. What is a trademark, right? So a trademark is a symbol, a slogan, brand name. Let's see, another way for you to identify the source and goods of a service or a product. Think Allstate, you're in good hands. Think farmers, we are farmers. All of those are source identifiers. When you hear those things, you know exactly which provider is giving you that particular goods or service. And by you being the creator of a certain goods or service and a brand identifier, you can protect that and ensure that others will not infringe, or that's the word that we use, infringe, meaning someone won't be able to take your things, take your stuff, and benefit from what you have done. So that is why trademarking is so important. And if you don't know, you probably know this, so I'm gonna ask it anyway. Which brand do you think is the biggest identifier in the world, Craig? In the whole wide world? I'll wait. I'll let a few more people answer and see if they can tell me which brand is the biggest in the whole wide world, meaning when it comes to being identifiable in this country, that language. It don't matter where you at. Everybody knows this particular brand. Let's see what some people are saying. Well, nobody got it, and that's okay. It's Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is the biggest brand in the whole wide world, Craig, and they have secured their trademark and they are living off of it forever and ever. And that is one of the key things that I always try to tell people. Unlike copyrights, which only last for the life of the author and go plus 70 years, a trademark can be forever and ever. So long as you are using it and have a consistent proof of use, you can maintain it forever. So that is why Coca-Cola is one of the biggest brands that is identified in the whole wide world. But now that you have a good foundation on what a trademark is, the one benefit of having a trademark is that it lasts forever. So long as you use the brand, other people will not be able to use your stuff. Those are a few little sprinkles of some of the benefits, but let's get into this list that I made and break it on down for you. And if you have questions, just go ahead and put it in that question box, which is like right here, and then I will get to them about your trademarks. Okay, so benefit number 1, you will have exclusive use to use this particular trademark. So what does that mean? That means that everyone knows about your trademark. Having a registered trademark means that they can't use your name. They can't use something similar to yours, so they can't add an S to it, apostrophe to it. They can't have the same name with a different brand color. They can't do any of these things when it comes to your trademark, okay? That is one of the key things you need when you strategize your business. You should, number one, you should definitely consult with a knowledgeable brand attorney in that development process to make sure that the brand name that you have is not infringing on somebody else's established brand, because you don't want that, because you will get that cease and desist. And like I put in my other reel the other day, rebranding sucks. It costs money, energy, efforts, and who got time for that? Nobody. So start from the beginning. Let's do some research. Let's make sure that your brand is not being used by anybody else and that it won't infringe on somebody else's established rights. Okay, because you don't want that. You don't want to spend that time, energy. I literally just had a client the other day come to me and they asked me to do some research on a brand name that they were thinking of using. Come to find out, Craig, somebody else was using that name in the space. They had the domain name, they had an established logo. So luckily they consulted with me and we were able to get that out of the way as an option. So that is why you need a brand attorney from the start. So number one benefit is you get exclusive rights to use the mark. That means nobody else can take it, use it from you so long as you are using it. Okay, let's go to number two. The part of the trademark process, and we kind of maybe touched on this a little bit, I got ahead of myself, but basically with it means you cannot infringe on somebody else's registered trademark, meaning you can't use what somebody else has done. So you can't come out here and say you cola and coca. Like you just can't do it. You just can't do it. You can't say you Pepsi, or sort of like in the movie that we all know in Coming to America, it was McDowell's. It wasn't McDonald's, but we all knew who was registering with the golden arches, and all the brand names were very similar. You can't do that with a registered trademark. I'm sorry, you just can't. So number three, the burden of proof is on you. Meaning if someone else beats you to register your mark, they already have the rights to say it is mine, nobody else's. You would have to prove, and that's a heavy burden because the first to file is the first to get them rights. So you don't want to wait to say, oh, I'm gonna go right to market with my product. I'm gonna go right to market with my service. And I'm out here and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. But come to find out, it's somebody else already with the space and name, and they've been doing it for years, but you filed before them. Guess what, Craig? That trademark is yours because you were the first to file. Now, mind you, they do have some tools that they can use to try to challenge your stuff, but it's going to be a heavy burden on that person who was already using it but didn't file. So that is one of the key things that we always stress to people is do your research, make sure no one else is using this particular name, and then also make sure you file that thing. I'm telling everybody, the amount of money that you would pay in the beginning versus the amount of money you would pay to have to defend, priceless. It's priceless. Just if you're going to be in business, understand that it takes money to make money, and you want to be able to secure your things from the very beginning. So you need to consult with a knowledgeable and intellectual property attorney to help you establish your brand presence the right way. So that was benefit number 3. Let's go to number 4. The fourth benefit, and most people don't really realize this, but you can use the federal government to your advantage when it comes to trademarking. You can use the federal government. Not only are Moneybag Joe and his people going to let you register a trademark, but his people is going to stop people at the ports of entry with counterfeit goods. So let's break that down. So we all know that there are certain countries that are known for counterfeiting products and goods, and they do everything they can to get them in the United States to sell them at a profit. We know where those locations are. We don't need to, put the countries and all that on blast. Well, as we know that there are some major brands that get knocked off more so than others, such as Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Givenchy, like you name Prada, Gucci, all of them. So because of their brand recognition and because of the space that they dominate in the fashion industry, they have counterfeits all over. Well, one of the key things with those brands is although they can't trademark the patterns and prints, they can trademark the shapes, they can trademark legacy designs, things of that nature. And that means that if counterfeit products comes to the port, the customs patrol people will, review every shipment that comes in, and if they locate any counterfeit products, meaning it doesn't go along with the established brand that's registered with the federal trademark, they taking that counterfeit and they burning it. It ain't even gonna see the light of day. There are storage bins and containers of counterfeit goods that the United States destroys on site because it infringes on someone's federal trademark. And this could be yours. You could literally dispatch the federal government to protect your your products, your goods, so long as you have a federal trademark. It needs to be registered, folks. You got to go out here, spend this money, and get registered so you can get these benefits, okay? So that was benefit number 4. So let's go to benefit number 5. Okay, so benefit number 5 of having a registered trademark. Benefit number 5 includes meaning that if you have a registered trademark and you are going to be a global brand, meaning all over the world, Craig, that means you will have an easier path to getting your trademark registered in other countries. It's called a foreign registration. And you can get something called priority so long as you already have an established United States federally trademark. So if you have that already, you're already ahead of the game. You already doing what you need to do for your business, for your brand. You out here, you establishing, you making this money. You all over the world. So understand that we can come up with a brand strategy to help you consult with EU attorney or a Mexican attorney or a Canadian attorney, Australian attorneys, wherever you want to go with your brand. We can establish a brand strategy to protect you in those spaces, because understand that if you only have your trademark registered in the United States, you're only getting brand protection where? In the United States. But remember, we live in a global economy. So it's so important that you develop a brand strategy out the gate for what you intend to do, what is your overall vision for your business, and consult with your intellectual property attorney so that you can establish the strategy in the beginning and things could be set in place to make the path so much easier for you. Okay, someone said, didn't know there was a such thing until I took a class. Yes, a lot of people don't realize the benefits and how things are created and how money is being made on intellectual property. Intellectual property is music, intellectual property is writing things, intellectual property is coding things, painting things. People are out here making money for the things that they create in their brain. It is so important, and it's a lot of money to be had, and I want everyone to get this money because it's so much money to be had, okay? So that was benefit number 5. Let's go to benefit number 6. And this one is a little bit more common. When people see this, they think they know what they mean, but they don't really know what it means. So let's just break that down. Benefit number 6. So if you secure a federal trademark, meaning you get a federal trademark registration, guess what you get to use? You get to use the registered R symbol next to your brand. That means people gonna be on notice at the door. You ain't gotta send no addy. You ain't gotta tell them pull up. Bruh, the R speak for itself, bruh. Let them know. Let them know at the door. I am a federally protected trademark and you shall not disrespect me. You shall not copy me. You shan't not. Because if you do, guess what? Run me my money. Run me my money because you did not have authority to use my stuff. And guess what? I will sue you. Security. You can hit them with all of that. Security will be known as a cease and desist. Security will be known, we filing in federal court, okay? Let them know you about your brand. You will protect your brand at all costs. And we ain't playing no games. Because if you made the investment in the beginning, we still have to make sure we're protecting it against infringers using your stuff. And we'll have the tools given by the federal government to make sure we are protecting our brand at all costs. Okay? So that was benefit number 6. Let's jump into benefit number 7. Lucky number 7. So we talked about how the government can help with counterfeit goods. We talked about how we get to use the register R symbol. We talked about how we putting people on notice. But one of the key things a federal trademark will give you is a registered trademark will not only protect others from infringing on your trademark, but it protects the goodwill of your brand. So what exactly does that mean? That means that if you are in an industry and there are others around you, people will know that you take your stuff seriously. They know that when they get your product or your service, that it's going to be the same no matter what. I mean, when you drink a Coca-Cola, you know exactly what it's going to taste like. We know that people, there are grocery stores and other brands that have cola and all that other stuff, but it don't taste like a Coca-Cola. It don't taste like that. So that goodwill that you establish, that you know what you're going to get when you see this particular brand, priceless. As they say, chef's kiss, baby. You cannot beat it, okay? So, number 8. Let's talk about this. So, we all know about community and being in membership, being in certain organizations, and the things that bring, right? So, let's relate it to something that we know. Well, one of the key things we know about being in an organization is this. You got, okay, let's talk. You got Greek organizations. You got trade organizations. What else you got? You got secret societies and all that other stuff. You got American Express, which is a very established worldwide brand. Talk about it's good. You in the community, you in the know when you got one of them cars, right? Or when you traveling and people got them airport lounges. Everybody can't run up in that airport lounge. Everybody can't get them free drinks and snacks until they flight come to the gate, right? It's called being in an exclusive club. And guess what? When you register your trademark, you're in an exclusive brand. You just like Coca-Cola. You just like Prada, Gucci, Chanel, Givenchy, Nordstrom's, and Macy's, and JCPenney, and I can just keep going. You a part of the crew. They loving the crew. Y'all heard Drake. They loving the crew. You part of them. You ain't gonna be no different. The same rights and protections that those established and legacy brands have is the same brands and same brand protection that yours will have. So long as you go out here and register your trademark. If you don't do that, you ain't in the crew. You can't pull up. You can't get the drink. You don't know what the secret dap, and you won't know none of that because you ain't do what you're supposed to do. You ain't pay your membership dues. You need to pay your membership dues in order to get in this exclusive club, okay? The velvet rope will not be moving for you if you don't do what you're supposed to do. How about that? All right? So let's move on to number 9. So this is more of a long-term benefit, and we have to get there. But maybe if you smart, you like, Jabria, are you smart? I mean, you just out the gate, you just super smart. One of the key things, number 9, this benefit right here, exclusive. When you are looking to sell your business, scale, when I say sell, I mean SEL, meaning they finna give you a large sum of money. If you have some assets that will live and breathe and make you money, such as intellectual property, such as your trademark, understand that people out here paying mad dollar for trademarks, especially if you've established it, you have a following, you have goodwill in your brand, and people in the community know what they're gonna get. People paying millions and thousands of dollars for IP. And it comes with a legacy that it's priceless. It's priceless. So you get a benefit when you're thinking long term. You can sell. It's an investment. And it's one of the investments that's going to pay you over and over and over again, because you can license it. You can license your trademark. You don't have to sell it. Meaning when you license it, you're giving another party the ability to use your brand and take advantage of the things that you've established at a fee, of course, at a fee. So you definitely can be where the money reside, okay? Think about this. Benefit is so much in trademarking your stuff. People don't understand. It's not what they call a fad. This is real talk money strategy right here. Number 9, the benefit of trademarking, you get to invest in your business, and that money can come back on you so long as you do what you're supposed to do. But you can't join the club if you don't register your trademark, okay? Now that we on social media and we're on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, one of the key things with having a federal trademark is you can come and fight for your stuff on social media. Prime example, let me give you one. So let's say you have a brand, you've established a brand, and someone, lurking and being nosy or whatever, Because sometimes as business owners, y'all out here running your mouth and talking to people you really shouldn't be talking to, and everybody ain't for you, but that's another sermon for another day. Someone gets your social media handles. Huh? Where they do that at? They do that. People will be out here taking your stuff. But guess what? If you have a federally protected trademark and they are out here with your social media handle in the same area of protection that you are, guess what? You can let Instagram know. You can let Facebook know. You can let YouTube know. You can let all of them know, like, hey, pull up. That's mine, and it need to stay home. So you get a little bit more behind you to protect your brand, protect your business, so long as you have a federal trademark. There are really people out here that will copy word for word, do exactly what you're doing, and try to take advantage of the hard work, sweat, equity that you have established. You don't want that. You don't want nobody eating off of what you're doing because they just, lurking in the shadows, eating your crumbs, taking advantage of your sweat equity. Let's not have that. Let's shut them off. Close the door. We are closing the door on them. We don't want nothing to do with them. We don't have, don't know her. Hit them with the Mariah Carey. I don't know her. But here's a cease and desist. You gonna stop today. But that cease and desist will have a lot more power behind it so long as you have federally protected your trademark. Woo! Okay. That was a lot. I went through just now 10 whole benefits to why you should trademark your stuff. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I gave you 10 benefits as to why you need to do what you need to do. And it is so important as a business owner to make the investment to establish your brand authority at the beginning. I always tell people, if you're a member of Anderson Law Firm, I'm with you from formation and beyond. And I don't mean that just to say it. We want you to feel seen, supported, and empowered. And you will definitely be empowered so long as you listen to what we say and protect your business the right way from the start. Okay? So if you are watching this, I just went over the 10 benefits of why you should trademark. And if you have a trademark, kudos to you. But in the event that you don't, and you just watched this live or you're watching the replay, because I plan to repost this, well, until the end of the month of June, I am running a trademark special. Yes, the infamous trademark special is back again. So if you would like to take advantage of this because you just watched this video and you understand that trademarking is very important, especially if I own a business, send me a DM that has the word ready. Send me a DM with the word ready, READY, to let me know that you are ready to take advantage of this trademark special. So what would you get by taking advantage of the trademark special? Funny that you should ask. Number one flat fee to register your trademark, which includes the filing fee for one class of protection. It includes a knockout search report, and it would include us responding to any, questions that the examiner or attorney may have, non-substantive, of course, about your pending trademark application. So you get all of that, and that includes our legal fee. That includes my fee too, for one special flat rate. So go ahead and send me a DM or put in the comment section ready, and I will follow up with you so we can go ahead and get you locked, loaded, and ready to go when it comes to filing this trademark. We ain't playing no games. 2021 is not the year for you to be playing on the field, playing on the sidelines, looking at others out here getting that money. We want you to get this money too. We want you to establish your brand. We want you to be protected. Let's use these federal trademark tools to your advantage, to your bank account's advantage, and let everybody know.